Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is William ADJEI. I'm a project management practitioner, and I'm going to present to you this month's webinar, which is entitled Delivering Value with PMI Certifications. I'll start off by giving an outline for the presentation. We would have an overview, then we'll look at various PMI certifications in summary. We'd also look at PMI certifications requirements for each of the certifications. Then a few discussions around benefits of PMI certifications. We'll also look at which certification is best for you. And then beyond certification, we'll also conclude by giving a few recommendations. So let's get started. By way of overview, for over 30 years, PMI has actually offered certifications globally. And when you obtain PMI certifications, you join a community of over 500,000 peers in 180 different countries across 6 different continents. As you know, the world is constantly evolving, and nations continue to develop their economies with new infrastructure, technology, and undertake more research into the world to make it a better place for all of us. So obviously, there will be demands for seasoned project management practitioners to enable them achieve all these that they want to do. Now, the best place to look at if you want to be amongst these key practitioners is PMI. With PMI certification, you can demonstrate to your employers or to your business community that you actually have the requisites, knowledge, experience, and education to effectively contribute to achieving their strategic objectives. That is not to say that there are no other project management certifications, but largely PMI has proven over the past years that they are forced to work on it when it comes to educating the project management community. Now, what certifications do they offer? Currently, they offer about 8 certifications. We have the flagship PMP. We have the PFMP, which stands for Portfolio Management Professional. We also have the PGMP, which stands for Programs Management Professional. We also have the PMI-PBA, which stands for Project Business Analyst. We have PMI-SP, which stands for Scheduling Professional. We have the PMI-ACP, which stands for Agile Certified Professionals. We have the PMI-RMP, which is meant for Risk Management Professionals. And then we have the Associate Project Management, the CAPM, for beginners. Now let's go into details. So for the various certifications, we try and understand the value they bring and what you need, what what value these various certifications would bring. Now, if you study for the Certified Associate in Project Management, which is a CAPM, CAPM, you demonstrate your understanding of the fundamental knowledge, terminologies, and processes of effective project management. Now, this is the base, and it's usually for those who will not meet the criteria for PMP, so they would go for the CAPM, and then after a year or two, they would then migrate on to becoming a PMP by undertaking the PMP exam. The next one is the Project Management Professional, or PMP. That's the flagship certification for PMI. And in Ghana, I think over 90% of the PMI chapter community have PMPs. Now, the PMP validates your competence to perform in a role as a project manager, leading and directing projects and teams. Then the next one is the Programs Management Professional, which is PGMP, which is designed for those who manage multiple complex projects to achieve strategic and organizational results. We also have the Portfolio Management Professional, which demonstrates your proven ability in the coordinated management of one or more portfolios to achieve organizational objectives. The next certification I'll talk about is the Professional in Business Analysis, which is PBA. Now, this certification highlights your expertise in business analysis and requirement management. The next certification is PMI's Agile Certified Professional, or ACP. This also recognizes your knowledge, skills, and expertise in agile approaches such as the Scrum, the Lean, and then the Kanban. Then we have the PMI Risk Management Professional, which outlines your expertise in the specialized area of assessing and identifying project risk. Last but not the least, we'll look at the Scheduling Professional, PMI-SP, which recognizes advanced experience in the specialized area of schedule management. So we'll take them one by one. And for PMP, which is widely known and recognized, the prerequisites are either a degree, that's a 4-year degree, or a diploma. Now, depending on which certificate you have, you may have either 7,500 hours. You may require 7,500 hours of project management experience or 4,500 project management experience. So the 7,500 hours would be for those without degrees, and then the 4,500 hours would be for those with degrees. Aside from that, you need what we call the 35 contact hours. So you need 35 hours of project management education. The exam itself is a 4-hour exam made up of 200 questions, which is multiple choice. Now, once you complete the exam, it's not the end of the world. You need to try and maintain it. It's not a normal academic certificate that is has no expiry date. I mean, all PMI certificates have a 3-year tenure within which you have to recertify. So for PMP, you need to recertify every 3 years, and you need 20 PDUs yearly. Now, the domains for PMP include project initiation, project planning, project executing, project monitoring and controlling, and then project closing. So these are the 5 key domains that you would need to study before you go into the PMP exam. The next certification exam is the PGMP. Now, for PGMP, you need a secondary degree, or what we call the diploma. You need either a secondary degree or a 4-year degree. Now, you need a total of 6,000 hours of project management experience. So I think once you're a PMP, you capture some of the hours already. And then you need 10,500 or 6,000 hours program management experience, depending on whether you have a degree or you have a diploma. Now, by way of exams, we have a two-stage exams in programs management profession. The first one is a panel review, where you submit all your application for it to be evaluated by seasoned program managers. Once you go through that and they approve your submissions, then you would be given the nod to sit for a 4-hour exam with 170 questions, and it's also multiple choice. So recertification for PGMP is every 3 years, just like all the other PMI certificates. In terms of domains, programs management professional has 5 key domains. First one is strategic planning and management. Second one is program life cycle. The third one is benefits management. The fourth is stakeholder management. And then the fifth is governance. The next certification I'll talk about is the portfolio management professional, PFMP. The requirements are you either have a degree or a diploma, just like all the others. Then you have 10,500 if you have a diploma, or 6,000 hours of portfolio management experience if you have a degree. Additionally, you would require 96 months of professional business experience. Now, this is because it's meant for those who deliver projects on a higher level. So you have to have some form of business experience before you are given the nod, and you need to, in your application, you need to demonstrate that you've had such experience with a variety of businesses or business community before you will be given the nod to write the exam. Now, on the main exams itself, it's similar to the programs management professional, where you have a first stage panel review, and then you follow it up after being approved. with a 4-hour exam. Recertification again is every 3 years. Now, strategic domains for portfolio management include strategic alignment, governance, portfolio performance, portfolio risk management, and then communications management. So that's that for portfolio management. The next certification is PMI-PBA. The requirements are a diploma or a degree, a 4-year degree. For diploma, you need 7,500 hours. For degree, you need 4,500 hours. Additionally, you need 2,000 hours working on project teams, and then you need 35 contact hours of business analysis education. The domains are needs assessment, planning, analysis, traceability and monitoring, and then evaluation. The exam itself is 4 hours and you have to answer 200 questions and it's multiple choice. Recertification for PBA is 3 years. The next certification is PMI-ACP. And for ACP, in addition to you having a diploma or a degree, you need 2,000 hours of general project experience. You need 1,500 hours working with Agile project teams. And then you need 21 hours of Agile practice education. The exams is a 3-hour exam, 120 questions, and it's also multiple choice. The domains for the ACP exams include Agile, principles and mindsets. You would also look at value driven delivery. You look at stakeholder engagement. You look at team performance. There's also adaptive planning and problem detection and resolution. So these are the domains for ACP. The next certification is the PMI's scheduling professional. The prerequisites are you either have a diploma or a degree. You require 5,000 if you have a diploma and 3,500 if you have a degree. You need these hours for leading and directing projects. Additionally, you need 40 if you have a diploma or 30 hours of project management education. The exams is a 3.5-hour exam. You're expected to answer 170 questions, multiple choice. Recertification is every 3 years. The domains for this exam are risk strategy, So the domains are schedule, strategy, schedule planning and development, schedule monitoring and controlling, schedule closeout, and schedule communications management. The next certification is the PMI's risk management professional, and the domains include risk, strategy and planning, stakeholder engagement, risk process facilitation, risk monitoring and reporting, and perform specialized risk management. Prerequisites include a 4-year degree or diploma, 4,500 or 3,500 hours of leading and directing projects, 40 or 30 hours of project management education. Similar to the SP, it's also a 3.5-hour exam with 170 questions to answer, and it's a multiple choice exam. So I think that wraps up for the various certifications. Now we look at the benefit of these certifications, especially to the organization. Now, generally, these certifications have proven to increase project success rates. And created some of the efficiencies that hitherto were not achieved. It's also worth noting that with these certifications, it, it, it tends to improve the alignment with organizational strategies. And if you have a team of certified practitioners in your organization, then obviously it will help increase your competitive advantage over the your other competitors when it comes to coming out with initiatives and delivering value. It would also There's also the increase in customer confidence because your customers then are are confident that they can rely on you. Nowadays, in most of the proposals that are actually sent out, most of the RFPs, they demand the qualifications of the key staff, and especially if it's on projects, it will be an advantage if you have team members or key staff with with PMI credentials like PMP. Once they see, they are sure and they are confident that yes, at least you can get the job done. So of course, there are some other values that personal values that may also be derived from obtaining PMI certifications. Some being that, in fact, if for nothing at all, you have developed yourself as a person, which will propel you to venture into a lot of avenues that hitherto you would not feel confident to actually approach. And it, among others, it will serve as some encouragement for your other peers to also pursue similar vision. In fact, over 80% of students who pass PMP would recommend a friend to actually go and get this a similar certification. Even for some, if they don't, even their friends would approach them to say, where did you get this? And I want to also have such a credential. That alone shows that it comes with some benefits. But you need to make a decision. Okay. You need to decide which certification is best for you. And there are a few tips here. We have over 8 certifications from PMI. So in the first place, you need to understand what the employment trends are within your country. Realize that in Ghana, apart from, let's say, PMP, almost all the certifications are really not known. So, you might want to understand the trends within your own industry before you decide on which certifications to actually undertake. Now, another thing I didn't add is that for all the 8 certifications, you don't need let's say for example for PMP, you don't for PGMP, you don't need to be a PMP before you qualify. It's not a stage-based certification. All the certifications are standalone and are equally good depending on the industry and depending on your career path. So you need to understand the employment trend within your industry. You need to create your own personal career development plan. You need to review and study career paths of key personalities within your industry and even beyond. So sometimes when you do that, it will guide you on the path to actually take. And you can also seek advice from a mentor or a coach if in doubt. I think that's one of the key things guided me while I was studying for the PMP. Then you have a huge network that you need to tap in. The PMI chapter community is a huge network. You have you have other associations that I think you should also rely on. There's a global chapter, and I'm sure once you engage and you get more ideas, it would guide you on which certification is best for you. Now, a few recommendations though. So, if you've been a PMP for, let's say, for more than 3 years, I think it's fair that you'd start looking at getting one of the certifications. If for nothing at all, it will help increase your knowledge base. And who knows, it might lead you to your next dream job. So the time to start is now. Note that the experts in everything was once a beginner. So the earlier we get started, the better. Now, beyond certifications, so, so aside from obtaining a full-time job with the certifications, I mean, you can look at writing publications, articles, and giving presentations. Um, I think in the month of February, one PMI member had to launch a book. In fact, I was so impressed. Though I was tied up and I couldn't attend, I was so impressed that at least we have some members of the chapter writing publications, and I was so impressed. Now, another thing you can do is to volunteer on anything. I mean, you can volunteer on a project. You can just to get the experience. You can work for free and volunteer and get that experience and add to your certification, because there's no need. It's of no use if you have a PMP and you're not practicing. I mean, I don't think that would do you any good. So if the job if you are not getting the jobs coming up, then you would have to maybe consider entering into some volunteering. Just to add to the volunteering part, the PMI also offers some form of volunteering opportunities. So you might want to get yourself involved in that space as well. You can also collaborate with others and develop partnerships. Come out with proposals of your interests and see if you can create a unique product for yourself and then run it like a project. Also, you can share your knowledge with others. You can start off with your own small organization by educating your peers on the need for good project management practice and maybe start mentoring them to take in their PMP. That's a way that you can also derive benefits from the certifications that you have. So, in conclusion, I'll say that nowadays getting a professional certification is a great achievement, and it provides immense value to one's career. Now, PMI certifications provide a standard of competencies that an employee can use to judge the knowledge of a candidate. It also provides a proof of your professionalism, and it will provide you the knowledge base and a common language which will help the certified professionals to solve problems more easily. We realize that it also provides a framework for critical thinking through the rigorous examinations and quizzes. We all know how we had to sit for 4 hours to go through rigorous PMI exams, and this, in fact, would help to actually solve real-time problems when we are given the nod to actually practice. So the exams was not just a flick, was to test our responsiveness when we are we are faced with real-time project management problems. So thank you very much. I would also like to end by saying that though the PMI certifications deliver value, it's actually not a measure of success. Absolute success will come when you put to practice what you have learned. You need to walk the talk. If you're a PMP, you need to start showing wherever you go. And in every aspect of any endeavor that you are given, you need to actually infuse the knowledge that you've learned slowly, and who knows, it might take you to greater heights. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.